Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and Fantasy Football Guru, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Today's episode is sponsored by BetUS. Like always, create an account with them today. Use the promo code 12Ounce, 120Z, and they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Once again, BetUS. Create an account today. Use the promo code 12Ounce, 120Z, and they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. You got Zingo TV, channel 761. Download the app. It's free. When doing so, flip over to channel 761, where, hey, today's episode is live. Like always, Pete's Power Plays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. out west. There you go. Simple as that. Amazon.com. We have a website out there. Go ahead. Check it out. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. And don't forget to check out the 12 Ounce Sports Store, where there is a large variety of show apparel, including yours truly, Pete's Power Plays, t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, whatever you may need. It's getting warmer out. Tank tops, t-shirts, probably the way to go now. Different colors, different sizes, whatever you name it, it's there. Check it out today and purchase yours while they are hot. All right, sorry about that earlier. I know I missed the first 3 minutes with you guys. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back and we're live and we're ready to rock and roll here. Wednesday, Hump Day edition. I am a fantasy football guru, so let me talk fantasy football first before I get into hockey. Tyreek Hill on the block for Kansas City right now. The New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins front runners for this. It's very possible that he lands with the Miami Dolphins. I'm hearing Jalen Waddle's name being discussed as a potential trade partner to go to Kansas City. But this is huge news to start the morning on Wednesday right now. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Tyreek Hill on the market to potentially go to the Jets or the Dolphins. Most likely Dolphins, since they have more to appease for pretty much. So will the stock drop? It's possible. You have Tua throwing to him rather than Patty Mahomes. So, to me, his stock will drop, but he's still going to be that same Tyreek Hill character that we all know. That cheetah that we know all fine and well. Juju Smith-Schuster could easily be that number one for Kansas City. And, of course, Travis Kelce should be up there in the running as well for those top targets now for Pat Mahomes going further. So, definitely worth taking Travis Kelce in the first round like usual, early second if need be. But Juju should be a fourth rounder now, maybe as early as a third rounder, as long as Tyreek Hill's gone, because Juju steps in easily as the number one receiver. So there you go. A little bit of fantasy just to get the morning started. Some heavy news as we head into free agency with the NFL. A lot has happened. This is just huge news. I had to get off my back for you guys. So there you go. Back to hockey. We go 6-4 on the ice last night. Let's go over the recap. The Hurricanes and Lightning under 6 that cashed out. Thankfully, that was getting a little too sweaty for my liking. It was close to an over. I was thinking a 3-3 typical good overtime, and whoever wins. But Hurricanes Lightning under 6 cashed out. I also was on the Hurricanes money line on the show. That was a show play that cashed out as well. Rangers and Devils over 6 that cashed out, and the first period over cashed out as well. So bang there for that game. Jackets and the Penguins. Full game, first period over 1.5, that lost, but the full game went under 6.5. That was a show play as well. That cashed out. Knights on the money line. I was all over the Knights last night. That lost, unfortunately. Good money, though, plus 150. They got shut out back-to-back games. I mean, this team's a huge fade for me right now. Can't trust the Knights. Injured, they look terrible. just a big time fade list for me right now. I can't trust the Knights, and I will not be taking them in the foreseeable future. Kraken Coyotes first period over 1.5. That did not get there. Predators over 5.5. That cashed out. And then the Clients go 2-1 on the night. Clients are on fire right now. Honestly, they are kicking some major ass at the moment. They go 2-1 last night. The Knights +1 at -125. Obviously, that lost. But they get the Flyers over 6. That cashed out. And then Kraken over 5.5. That cashed out as well. So Clients are on a heater right now. Again, and I just noticed some of you guys signed up already. So let me get to you after the show and get you guys ready to rock and roll. We have two plays for the Clients tonight that just got released about an hour ago or 2 hours ago. Trying to get out some early lines before they move. And hint, hint. Obviously, I go through all these games here. Best angles, best leans. That's why I do the show. So there you go. But the Clients have 2 plays for tonight. And they're already out, and those that signed up will get that right now. I'm not sure if you'll get that line that I had it for this morning, but it will be the 2 same plays like the other Clients, and that's ready to rock and roll into tonight. Okay, but listen, with that being said, you know what? I'm not going to do a commercial. Actually, you know what? I do got to do a commercial, unfortunately, but it's only going to be a minute long like usual, minute, 2 minutes. Let me do it now, because when we get back, we have 4 games on the card tonight. Go from 11 games to 4 games. That's how the NHL rolls. But like I said, we go 6-4 last night. Solid night for the most part. 6-4 with a plus 0.8 unit 1. Just under 1 unit 1 last night. But it's a positive night. NHL season record right now currently is 645 wins, 558 losses, and 26 pushes. Gives me a grand total of just shy of 80 units on the season, plus 79.1 units overall. The winners keep on coming. I mean, a couple losses here and there, like we said last week, was kind of like a crap show for the most part, besides that sweep that we had the other day. But get back to the positive end, and let's rock out tonight. 4 games on the ice, and I'll be back right in 2, so make sure to tune in. This is the Wednesday episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'll be back in 2.
12-Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-Ounce Sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120Z and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sportsbook. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12-Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode, Hump Day edition. Last night we go 6-4 on the ice with a plus 0.8 unit 1, just shy of 1 unit overall. Pretty solid for the most part. We're positive. Couple of tough breaks in that card last night, but that's okay. Clients go 2-1. They're on a tear right now, as is too. That's their first loss in probably the last couple of nights here. Probably the last 5 cards I gave them. So they've been ready to rock and roll here. But this show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Create an account today. Use the promo code 12ounce120Z. Simple as that. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Always remember to gamble responsibly as we go into tonight's 4-game NHL card. A lot to consider. Like, these are really 4 solid games here tonight. So let's kickstart right now. And like I said, potential clients that just signed up right now that message me, I'll get to you as soon as the show is over. There you go. About 10 people, 10 of you guys just DM'd me right now. So just wait till after the show, and I'll get to you guys after the thing said and done here. So let me get these plays out for the Twitterverse out there right now. New Jersey Devils at the Toronto Maple Leafs. Over/under here is at 7 at +105 on DraftKings right now. You could buy down to 6.5 at -145. A little juicy, but just to consider, 7 is a lot of goals. But I think between these two teams, you will get there, especially goaltending. I mean, those goaltenders are as easy as it gets. Looks like Mrazek is in net for the Leafs. Looks like Gillis is in for the Devils. Giving up soft goals. I mean, this has over potential, and it should hit. It should hit between these two. The way that these offenses are, and how bad these goaltenders are, definitely a need for the over here. But the over-under's at 7. Toronto is -295 on the money line. Toronto opened up at -325. A little bit of money going towards the Devils here. Devils, hell of a win last night against the Rangers. Now they travel to Toronto on a back-to-back. But I expect New Jersey to light up the lamp as well. So 80% of the public money on Toronto at that -295 spot. Toronto at home is 22-7-2, 13-18 covering the puck line in their last 31 games, and 7-3 in their last 10 with the overs. Jersey comes in off a great win last night, 8-21-1 on the road this year, 14-17 on the road covering the puck line, and 5-4-1 in their last 10 with the overs. I'm on the over 6.5. Or 7 here. I like the over. Over 7, like I said, you get +105. A little bit of value, not much, but a little bit on DraftKings. You can get that. I believe on Barstool and BetMGM is at, I think, +100. Barstool might even be -110 at that rate. But DraftKings, if you want to get some value, over 7 right now is at +105. At least about an hour ago it was. Or you could buy the alternate goal at 6.5 at -145. This is a game I don't really like to pay high juice. 4 overs, unless if it's no more than a -135, -140. But this is -145. And between these two offenses and how much they've been scoring, I really will take that juice. And I will buy it. And I will take the over 6.5 here. So over 6.5 goals, over 7. I like the first period over 1.5. And I like the first period over 2 goals, too, in this game here. I expect to see a hot start. I would consider seeing at least 2 goals in this first period, of course. But I could absolutely see 3 goals in this game too. So, but I like both overs. First period over 1.5, over 2, and the full game over 6.5 and 7. Jersey team total over 2.5. I'm seeing at -110, -115 in some books. Something to consider as well. They scored 7 last night against the Rangers. Against Toronto with Mrazek in net. I mean, something to consider as well. Devils team total over 2.5. Something to consider. Very, very light price there at -115, -110. Something to consider there. But like Toronto here as part of a 2-team parlay tonight. I do consider them. Toronto puck line as well, -1.5. That's where I'm probably going to go tonight. Give me the Leafs puck line -1.5. And if you're thinking money line, put them in a parlay tonight. Most likely with Colorado, which is probably where I stand. It's a juicy parlay, -125. But I'll talk about that when I go through Vancouver and Colorado. But in conclusion here, Jersey, Toronto over 6.5 and over 7. First period over 1.5 and 2. Give me the Toronto puck line -1.5 and Toronto on the money line. With a parlay, of course. But if you're thinking outside the box here, Devils team total over 2.5, something to consider. All right. Which makes you think that, hey, maybe Toronto wins this game 5-3, and then everyone cashes out on this game. It's something to consider, but that's where I stand there in Toronto time. New Jersey, Toronto, there you go. Moving on, we're going to Buffalo. Pittsburgh Penguins at the Buffalo Sabres. Over/under here is at 6 at -110. Pittsburgh -230 on the money line here. Heavy juice. All these 3 out of 4 of these games are ridiculous in terms of lines. All over -220 or more, 230 or more actually. Buffalo +190 on the money line. 70% of the public money on Pittsburgh here tonight. A lot of consensus between these four games here tonight, heavily on one specific team. You have 80% on Toronto, 70% on Pittsburgh, 85% on Colorado, and 70% on Anaheim in terms of public money where they are tonight. So something to consider if you're thinking something crazy out of the box, like a 4-team parlay. I won't do that, but Toronto, Pittsburgh, Colorado, Anaheim. I mean, if you're loving that, do it. If you're a parlay guy, that's a solid 4-teamer. Can't guarantee it'll hit, but it's just something to consider knowing where all the money is public-wise. And like I said, 70% of the public money on the Penguins here tonight at minus 230. Buffalo at home, 11-16-3, 18-13 at home in their last 31 games, covering that puck line. 3-5-2 in their last 10 with the overs, under trending right now. Pittsburgh, 21-7-2 on the road this year, absolutely phenomenal. 19-13 on the road covering the puck line, pretty solid road puck line covering team as well. And then 2-6-2 in their last 10 with the overs. The under has been cashing out for these two teams by a combine of 5, 11, and 4. So I mean, it's been an under trend as of late, between these two teams. And that's where I want to go. I want to go under 6 in this spot here. I could see Pittsburgh coming out. They scored 5 last night against Columbus. Now they go to Buffalo. Do they have enough goals to take out Buffalo? I mean, I think so. This could be a sketchy game to me. I mean, it's a Wednesday night game. Maybe one dog cashes out. This could very well be that dog. Buffalo just, screwed, has really nothing to give. Showing their fans a little bit of respect, just to show them a game, and it's very possible. But this is Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh's in the playoffs. Could they slip up in a game? Absolutely. Could this be it? Absolutely. But I'm on the Penguins here. Again, don't get me wrong if the Sabres somehow do end up winning this game. But the Penguins here, minus 1.5 in the puck line. I mean, this is just something. Pittsburgh's got to beat these crap teams. They really do. I know they scored 5 last night. They're on a back-to-back, but this team is rolling. Pittsburgh is rolling right now. Giving the Penguins minus 1.5 in the puck line. And I like the under 6 in this game here as well, between Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Side action, I do like Pittsburgh first period puck line at minus 0.5 goal. You could probably see a 1-0 Penguins after the first here. But I just between these two teams, the way that they've been trending on the over-unders as of late, unders have been cashing out between these two. So something just to consider when you're thinking about placing this bet here tonight. So Pittsburgh Penguins puck line minus 1.5 and the under 6 as we go to Buffalo tonight between the Penguins and the Sabres. All right, the last two games, two nightcaps tonight. We're going to go to Colorado. All right, where Vancouver Canucks are traveling to Colorado to face the Avalanche. Over-under here is at 6 as well. Colorado opening up here. They opened up at minus 245, now at minus 265 here on the money line. So a little bit of movement, nothing crazy. Still a ridiculous line to say the least. 85% of the public money on Colorado. Vancouver plus 215 as a big-time dog here tonight. On the road, Colorado absolutely amazing at home this year. 25-3-2 at home this year. 16-15 covering the puck line in their last 31, and 5-5 in their last 10 with the overs. Vancouver comes in 16-13-1 on the road this year. 19-13 on the road covering the puck line. Pretty solid overall in their last 32 road games, and 7-3 in their last 10 with the overs. We know that Vancouver has been giving up goals and also scoring goals. That's why the overs have been cashing out so much as of late for Vancouver, and I believe the trend still continues here. So right off the bat, give me the over 6, Colorado and Vancouver. That's what I'm on here tonight. I like the first period over 1.5 goals as well. I think we get at least 2 tonight, but I'm more on the full game over 6 between these two teams. And like I said, when it comes to everything here, Colorado minus 1.5 you can get at plus 110. Plus 115, depends where you shop around. The minus 1 is definitely a little bit more juicier. I'm seeing the minus 1 at minus 180, too juicy for my liking. But the as in regulation at minus 155, still juicy, but something to consider. Okay, I mean the minus 1, you get to have that overtime, and if they win 3-2, you push. Compared to regulation price, where if it's 2-2, 3-3. at the end of the third period, you don't get that cash. You lose that. So that's why I value the -1 a little bit more. But I just feel like this game is the Avalanche's for sure. But I like the Avs in regulation, -155. I will pay the juice. Avs -1.5. I think they take care of business tonight. I absolutely, truly do against Vancouver. Over 6, too. Over 6 and first period over. I'm on all this stuff heavily for the Avalanche here. And then, like I said, juicy parlay. I really don't like taking parlays unless if I'm getting plus odds. But for tonight, you would think this is guaranteed. But Toronto money line, Colorado money line parlay -125 will probably be in my Twitter list here tonight as well. Just it should, you would think it's a guarantee, but I don't know. I might just up it to maybe a -1 parlay where you can get some value out of it. Worst case, you get a push, but I think Toronto -1, Colorado -1 is between +120, +130. So that might be something to consider a little bit more if you want that value side of things, and that's probably where I'll stay too. Avs -1, Leafs -1, +120, +130. But if you're that money line parlay guy, you can take them both at -125. So if you're a value guy, go one way. If you're just a screw it chalky guy, go the other way. Short and sweet. There you go. Over 6, over first period over 1.5. Avs puck line and short and sweet. I even like the Avs team total over 3.5 goals as well. I think they easily should get 4 goals here tonight, Demko or not. I mean, I just think that this team is out and should get ready to rock and roll there tonight in Colorado. All right. And last but not least, the Chicago Blackhawks at the Anaheim Ducks. Over under here is at 6. Anaheim -125 on the money line. Chicago +105 on the money line. Anaheim getting 70% of that public money. Not much line movement. Anaheim opened up at -120, now -125. Not a lot. Or -115 actually. And now they're -125. So not much movement there. Anaheim at home this year, 16, 13, and 3. 18 and 15 covering the puck line in their last 33 home games, and 6 and 4 in their last 10 with the overs. Chicago comes in 11, 16, and 3 on the road, 19 and 12 in their last 31 road games covering the puck line, and 7 and 3 in their last 10 with the over. So again, this is trending over. I really have a slight feeling that this game goes under, just how I feel. And as much as of an over guy that I am, I feel like if this was in Chicago, I'd probably consider taking the over. But it's in Anaheim. Anaheim's a little bit more defensive at home compared to away, of course. But, goaltending has been sketchy as of late for Anaheim. So you're not really sure what kind of goaltending you're going to get out of this. But once again, Chicago has nothing to play for right now. Anaheim somewhat fighting. But to me, I really do think that this is a under sort of game for me. I like the under 6 in this game, Anaheim and Chicago. But I like the Ducks. I lean heavily on the Ducks money line tonight at -125. It's cheap. While on the other hand, Chicago just really has nothing to play for. Just respect and honor, really. But I like the Ducks money line tonight, -125. You can consider that in the Twitter playlist as well. Surprised they're not a little bit more than that. That's why I'm kind of sketched about this game, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope Anaheim does win this for us, and the under 6 may or may not make my cards, but I do lean the under 6 here as well. Even though their over has been trending between both teams, I just feel like the under seems like a play that to consider in this game as well. So there you go, under 6 Ducks, Blackhawks, and Ducks on the money line at -125. I got 3 minutes with you guys, so real fast. Like I said earlier today. We go for just about almost a unit 1 last night on 10 plays on the ice last night. And going into tonight, plus 79.1 units overall on the NHL season. So pretty solid there. Huge turnaround since November, and it's just been phenomenal. Over 100 units won since then. I mean, we're rocking way over 100 units now since then. So we're rocking and rolling. Those are just coming in and tuning in for the last few minutes I have here with you guys before we head in tonight. Let me recap what I have. Devils, Toronto. I'm going with the over 6.5 here. Okay, I bought down -145 on DraftKings. You can get that right now. The line is at 7 at +105 if you're considering that. But I do like the over 6.5, over 7. There should be goals galore, especially with the goaltending that we have in these two teams here tonight. You should see a goal fest. I don't know, 5-3 Toronto, something. Give us 8 goals. Give us that cash. Those that have 7, get that over tonight for us. But over 6.5, over 7. I'm also on the first period over 1.5, and I'm on the over 2. I think we get there as well. Give me the Leafs here tonight. Puck line and money line, but in a parlay, that money line. And I'll discuss that later when I discuss the Colorado game. Those that like team totals, Devils team total over 2.5. I feel like at minus 110. Something to consider as well. They've been scoring a lot. Scored 7 last night, and they sure as hell could score over that much tonight as well with Mrazek in net. So there you go in Toronto. Pittsburgh Buffalo. I'm on the Penguins puck line here, minus 1.5. Though I do think there's a smidge, a slight chance here that Buffalo pulls off the upset. It's a Wednesday night. A dog can happen here tonight. It's possible. This might be the game. This might be a game where Pittsburgh does slip up. But I like Pittsburgh puck line minus 1.5 and the under 6. We're going to Colorado here, where I'm on the first period over 1.5. Full game over 6. Those team total people out there, team total for Colorado over 3.5 goals. Colorado, Toronto, moneyline parlay minus 125 if you're into that thing. Toronto minus 1, Colorado minus 1 at plus 130. Another good parlay there to take out as well. Colorado as well, I'm all over that. And then last but not least, we go to Anaheim, where I'm on the Ducks moneyline at minus 125 and the under 6 there between the Blackhawks and the Ducks. And unfortunately, I'm out of time. Hope you all had fun. Sorry about that delay earlier. That I missed the first 3 minutes with you guys, but I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm Philly Pete. I'm signing off. Let's catch some more pucks. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.